So I have a fun one for you today. So what could be so fun, Kirk? What could we be doing? Well, as a matter of fact, we're doing some testing today. And today I'm going to find out if the SHO is quicker in the quarter mile with the traction control turned on. So let's go. So yes, perhaps there will be a little bit of proof in the pudding whether there's actually a difference in how these cars perform with the traction control turned on or off. Most times I turn mine off. My car is a non-performance pack car, so technically it's not off anyway, but most of the time it will not interfere. By having it on, does it help with wheel spin and actually helps improve your 60-foot times, which will ultimately result in a better ET? Well, I guess we're gonna have to just find out now, don't we? So how I'm gonna do this test is I'm gonna go to my stretch of road that I just recently found out, and I'm gonna do 4 quarter-mile runs using the draggy. I'm gonna do these runs back to back, and I'm going to alternate each run in terms of which one does with and without traction control. So run number 1, I'll do it with traction control. Run number 2, I'll do it without. 3 with, 4 without. You see where that's going. The reason why I'm doing it that way instead of doing 2 of the same and 2 of the same, because I want to give each run its own fair thing. As you know, you run the car back to back, you're going to start heat soaking things, and well, that your consistency is going to start going down once you do that. So to try to mitigate those inconsistencies, I'm going to alternate each run, since these will pretty much be hot laps runs back to back, to try to get the most consistent result. Once I do get those 4 runs in, what I'm going to do is just find the average. So I'm just going to do the simple math, find the average of both sets of runs, and then see which one fared out better, with or without traction control. So for those who don't know, I'm gonna get a very quick rundown on what's done to the car. Practically nothing. So we got pretty much a full weight stock car. The only thing done to the car is just my custom X-pipe in the back. The rest of the exhaust, including all 3 cats, are still there, and there's nothing's been taken away. It does have step quarter plugs with MSD coils, and I do have a 160 thermostat. Apart from that, the only other thing done to the car is a modified factory airbox, and that's pretty much it. Stock turbo, stock everything else, and just a nice Gearhead 93 tune. I do have a methanol injection pump on the car, and I will be using it, but I'm not spraying straight methanol. I'm just going to spray negative 20-degree windshield wiper fluid just to help maintain intake temps between the 4 runs, since they're going to be hot lapped. Like I said, trying to keep the consistency as best as possible is a priority with doing this test. These aren't going to be record-breaking runs, and I'm actually expecting the car to go slower this time around than the last time I recorded a video doing the quarter-mile run. It's a little bit warmer today than it was that day I did that run, so it will be no surprise to me if the car runs slower. The main purpose of this video is comparing the 2 times with and without traction control. The overall time to me does not matter for this video. All right, so I'm ready to make my first run here. I'm just gonna hammer it and go. So we're recording, and let's go. You know what? It's really hard to see all this. I'm going to do the 4 runs, and then we'll talk about how each run goes. How about that? So I'm going to turn around, and we're going to do the next run and see how that one goes. Next run will be with traction control off. All right, pulling up for our next run here. This one will be traction control off. Traction control is turned off. Reset. Record, and let's go. Definitely feels stronger. Okay, that felt a lot quicker, believe it or not. It just felt quicker. All right, let's turn around, do our second run with traction control, and then we'll get ready for a final run without traction control. Here we are, we're lined up. I ain't got much time here. Traffic's rolling up on me pretty quick. Traction control on and hammered. Second run with traction control. Brakes are not liking me right now. Okay, turn around, do our final run. All right, turned around here. Last run, traction control off. Forward. That's it. We got our 4 runs in. So now it's time to take a look at over all the data we got and see what it all means. So we're gonna get ourselves turned around here and stop somewhere, have a peek at everything, and see what it all looks like. All right, so I pulled over here, going over all the data, and as I thought, the car ran a lot slower than my previous best of 12.78. So the first run with traction control, we did 13.5 at 102 mile per hour. And then our second run with traction control, we did 13.28 at 103. So let's take those two numbers, let's add them together, and we get an averaged time of 13.39. So we have an average time of 2 runs of 13.39 with traction control on. Now let's look at what it did with traction control off. First run, definitely you could feel the seat of the pants, the difference. The first run with traction control off was 13.09 at 105. Second run, for whatever reason, a lot slower, but it trapped the same speed. So it went 13.46 at 102. So that's a little weird. I'm not sure why it did that. I mean, probably because the car is getting heat soaked at this point, which is what I thought. But the fact that it ran 0.5 quicker on the first run compared to the first run with traction control, it's pretty notable there. So let's combine these two times together and see what we get. All right, so the results are in. Here's the verdict. So the combined time of both runs with traction control off was 13.27. So it is indeed quicker with traction control off than traction control on. Now this is, once again, this could be just maybe a non-PP car thing. Maybe the PP cars are different. I don't know. Some people have said that their cars are quicker with traction control on. Probably the same with most people, including my car, is quicker with traction control turned off. Okay, so that is it for this video. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, and if you want to see more content like this, then go ahead, subscribe to the channel, and keep a lookout for the next video.